evening, folks. Yes. Sorry, my glass. Hey, you know what? I gotta take this off. Snorkel. Thanks for coming out tonight, the folks that are here in the room, performers. Thanks to the folks watching this at home. This is the Cavalcade COVID Online Variety Show 2.0. It's sort of a hybrid approach. Before, when we were doing our variety shows online, everybody was recording their performances and submitting them to us, and we sort of made a decision earlier this week. We appreciate our audience for putting up with this last minute decision, but we did it for you. But we're doing a live variety show recorded for you. Hopefully next month everything will be back to normal. Fingers crossed.
What is normal?
What is normal for Cavalcade? Nothing's normal when you're around, Jay.
You got hecklers out here tonight.
I know, right? Follow our Facebook page, also cavalcadecrew.com to keep up with what we're doing and any changes last minute. But let's get the show started, yeah? Yeah. Give it up for the Desert Riders, everybody.
Put no stone on my head, no flowers in my tomb.
Well, that was the best of the show. It's all downhill from here. Up next. Just kidding. Give it up for Desert Riders, everybody. And give it up to Janine for putting this show on. Not only does she herd all of us cats around, but she's also running the sound tonight. And her husband is filming this for all you people at home. Not only, give it up for Cullen Purser. Not only does he perform in the shows, but he records the sound, the video, and he sets up microphones for everybody. Multi-talented Cullen Purser.
That's right.
But the real star of the show, Patrick Storm.
That's right.
And
Looks like you need to tell some jokes, Ken.
tell some jokes. Oh my goodness.
No, it did okay. I don't know. It was Roger got him primed. And then
Yeah. I forgot what the good joke I was going to tell was.
I've got a good one. Two guys walk into a bar. The third guy ducks.
That's a good one. I'll tell it. Two guys walk into a bar. Third one ducks. Yeah. Yep. Nope. Well, I'll tell you about some of the stuff we have coming up. When you walked in, you might have heard some bumper music. You might hear some during intermission and some after the show. Those are all bands that have played here at Cavalcade. We've had some incredible musicians play here at Cavalcade. We've been doing it for over 10 years, hosting concerts, hosting this show. Like I said earlier, follow us on Facebook and the website, wherever you get your media, and you'll know what we have coming up. Speaking of, to the very bottom of my list, I should go top to bottom, but that's not how I work. Crepe Girl. I saw Crepe Girl is going to be here December 30th.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a show you don't want to miss. Last time Crepe Girl played here, it was phenomenal. You don't want to miss that. Also coming up, much closer to us is Thanksgiving. Give it up for turkey, everybody. Turkey. More importantly, pumpkin pie. Did I hear pumpkin pie? Pumpkin pie and a tub of Cool Whip, all for me. Yeah, there's my Cool Whip, people. Also, the Saturday after Thanksgiving is Small Business Saturday in Fruta. Come do your Christmas shopping here locally. We'll also have an art walk that day. Downtown Fruta will be a light with wonder. A light with wonder. It sounds like I'm talking about the Downtown Fruta Parade of Lights, which is December 11th at 5:30. Yeah.
It's a party up here.
Gosh, there was a real good joke. I told the joke last time, didn't I? Oh yeah. I'll save that one. We'll need it. Give it up for these guys, everybody.
More guitar there. And that's in here now, we're getting there. That's it. That's sounding better there. And check 1, 2. Good. Check 1, 2. These are only 2 mics. You can turn the other ones all off. You don't want to hear these other guys sing, I'm telling you right now. And bass.
11.
Yep. Are you in? Let's hear ya. Let's give it a set. Cullen, can you take a look?
Okay. And you got Greg, are you up? Just a little more guitar, please. This one here. There it comes. Check 1, 2. Okay. And I'll throw the harmonica here at some point. Okay. Hi there. Somehow we get this thing done. My name is Patrick Storms. Delightful to be here with you this evening. I love this place. Cavalcade's the best place in my book. So. No matter how we gotta do it, we gotta crawl here, we gotta stand out in the street, if we got whatever we're gonna do it. We're gonna keep this thing going. This song I wrote some years back called Summer Sway, for those of you missing the season that's sliding away. The winter's coming, so this is like maybe one more little taste of it. Looking kinda dark and cloudy out. We haven't seen sun for days. And as the clouds are gathering up another storm, stoke that stove and dream of days in the sun, oh, shining on everyone. Life is a sweet summer sway, and the nights, they're so mild and warm. Dance to that sweet summer sway. James Warner there on that solo for you. There's a bird I see from my window. He didn't know enough to leave. And as the clouds are gathering up another storm, she spreads her wings to fly. That sweet summer sway, oh, the rest on a branch lush and green, and sing to that sweet summer sway. So today it might be cloudy out. The old north wind can have its way. But soon the change will come to seasons, and then the snows will melt away to the land. Yeah, she's rising from the sleep, wake to that sweet summer sway. Oh, and flowers, they're in waves in the field, dance to that sweet summer sway, summer sway. Yeah, summer sway. Just a dream away. Oh, sweet, sweet summer sway. Sweet summer sway. Thank you so much.
How about that, huh?
You ready to pull it down?
Yes.
Thanks,
like
everybody.
that. Yes, thank you for supporting Cavalcade. And if you're out there watching online, we still have to pay the rent here. So if you do have a couple extra dollars, it would be great if you could send it our way to keep the doors. They're open right now because there's people outside listening, but we normally want to keep them. I guess we want to keep them open. Yeah, to keep them open. Throw us a couple bucks on Venmo. We are a 501c3, so all of your donations tax deductible. Yeah. Up next, our friend Larry Stelmach. Give it up for Larry. That's him right there. I suppose I could whip out that long joke now.
I think you did have a long joke.
I do have a long joke.
Yeah.
Everybody's leaving. They heard him telling a joke. I get it. I get it. I would leave too if I was about to tell a joke and I could leave. So, a chiropractor was sitting in his office in the evening, and a moth flew in. And the moth says, "Hello," and the chiropractor says, "Can I help you?" And he says, "How can I help you?" And the moth says, "Well, I don't know if I, well, doc, it's my job. I feel like I've bent over backwards for years at this job. I know everything there is, front and back. And we get all these new people, these new kids, they think they can come in and they can do the job. They do it in half the time I do, but the quality isn't there. And nobody sees that anymore. Nobody cares about quality. Nobody cares about quality anymore. And I feel like I go home and my wife, she resents me, and I don't know why. I spend all day at work, working for doing this quality, and the kids, they come in, they do the work, and half the time it's not nearly as good. Nobody understands. But my wife, she resents me, and I don't know. My kids come home and I see myself in them, the future. Their life is it's gonna be me. They're gonna be trapped at this job, the wife that resents them. And the chiropractor says, "Well, if I'm a chiropractor, why'd you come here?" I said, "Well, you had the light on."
It worked. You did it. But back to skeletons. They have an exoskeleton. That's not a joke. I mean, it's just a truth. And you may find that truth funny, as I do. I don't know. I do think there's a joke involving a chiropractor and an exoskeleton.
If there's not, there should be.
I think there should be. Come back next month. Come back next month. For a
Next
joke
month, dear.
about chiropractors and
So
exoskeletons.
skeletal chiropractor joke.
And we're going to subliminally, nobody hears me say this, we're going to subliminally suggest that he's into number 9.
you walk in a bar.
That's what I expected.
And he walks into a bar
Wait,
Started off
because the light's on.
the moth walks into a bar?
We walked into a bar.
A chiropractor walks into a bar,
Yeah.
and he says,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
You might notice we have a lovely drum set back here that was donated by our friend Sam Fry. If you're over there at the Copper Club, he still works at the Copper
He sure
Club,
does.
right? And you get a beer from. He doesn't serve beer; he makes beer. Well, if you see Sam, tell him thanks for the drums. Yes. And you might think the drums include the cymbals, but they don't. Those cymbals are on loan from Heart Music. They support Cavalcade and always have. So if you're ever in the market for an instrument or parts for an instrument, please support Heart Music because they support us. And oftentimes, just as cheap as online, I found. All right, give it up for Larry Stelmach, everybody.
It's always hard to follow two really good bands. And honestly, Patrick Storm is especially hard to follow. You're awesome, dude. This is a song called Shadow of Your Smile. I play songs that move me, and this song has always been one of my favorites. And it's, for anybody who doesn't know about my saxophone, this is a bamboo instrument with a tenor sax reed on it. And it gives me kind of a clarinet saxophone sound to it. But I've been playing it for 30 years, and I just really enjoy making music with this thing. So here's Shadow of Your Smile, and I'm going to test my percussion here for just for 1 second.
You like that, don't you? Well, the show just keeps going until it don't. We got Leo Rogers coming up next. Yes. Sorry, I keep forgetting to take my mask off. My voice sounds way better without it on, doesn't it? Sexy, I'd say.
Yeah, but you look better with it on.
Colin. It's the mystery. I did notice that today. I spent today with a lot of people in masks, and it's funny, you don't know what anybody looks like. And you fill it in. I don't know if you guys do this, I fill it in. I know what that person looks like in my head. And then they take it off and you're like, holy smokes. You are not who I thought you were.
You do not fill in correctly.
Right. I was, some friends came over for Halloween to show their kids off. She's a teacher. And some kids came, some middle schoolers came to the door. And they're like, Mrs. Harvey? Or no, she called after them. And they're like, who are you? They'd never seen their teacher with her mask on. They were so amazed at what this person, who I'm sure they'd invented what she looked like underneath. Anyway, enough about imagined faces. Because here's a real one in front of you. And it's Leo Rogers, everybody. Yeah, give it up for her. We good?
This is a story that began long, long ago. I was a young oak tree in dark Missouri soil. Like all other saplings, I had dreams of growing strong and tall. One day a rebel with a bullet in his chest hung his rifle on my limbs and laid to rest. And there beside me, as the blood soaked to my roots, the soldiers sang Song of Grace. The heavy rifle bowed me over to the ground. 2 years I stayed this way until the rifle fell. And in this manner for 100 years I grew, knew all my dreams not meant to be. But then one day 2 men came with a crosscut saw. They spoke of how my arch could hold a weight so strong. And I feared not the blade for such a worthy cause, so I fell. I gladly fell. Three winter days aboard a northbound train, 3 more beneath the Heward's careful blade. And while they worked to praise my rich red grain, perhaps it was the soldier's blood that day. Now I'm the wooden arch that holds a mighty bell. 3 stalks before me cracked, but I sure never fell. Up in a tall cathedral, high above my dreams of long ago. On Sunday mornings when I hear that sweet refrain, I see the soldier's face like it was yesterday, calling angels down from heaven with that hymn he softly sang, God's good grace.
Thank you very much. We still got lots of first half to go, everybody.
Mask.
Fast?
Mask.
Mask. Thank you. No mystery for you folks.
He
You
was
wanna
just
know?
talking about a movie that had Cher in it, I think.
Yes, and Eric Stoltz.
Yeah. No. Samuel.
Sam Elliott, that's right.
Okay. There you go. There you go.
There you go, with Cher.
Yep.
And speaking of Cher, everybody excited that we turned back time?
No, I'm not. And
No?
I don't know how that connects. I don't. I appreciate the effort, though.
You're welcome.
I really do.
No more silly jokes. We're going to bring up Tom Rich. Give it up for Tom Rich, everybody. December Variety Show is 1 week later than normal. It is December 18th at 7 p.m.
No, that's wrong.
Sorry, typo, 7:37 p.m. The third Saturday, 7:30 p.m.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's the unofficial time we start at 7:37, sort of insider baseball. Official showtime 7:30, December 18th, third Saturday of December. It'll be a wintry, probably there'll be some holiday songs,
There
but
definitely will be some.
not all holiday,
Not all, but some.
but some. And the night before that, December 17th, we're having another comedy night. A great success this last comedy night. Come check it out, local comedians. It was a good time. All right. Give it up for Tom Rich, everybody. We got some new people coming up here. They must be up next. Yes, give it up for the people that are up next, everybody. Woo! The names I have down here, tell me if they're correct. I have Trent Jackson, Greg Luck, and John Sasso. And Bill. What's Bill's last name?
Bill Schneider.
Bill Schneider. Where? Oh, he's the man behind the curtain. Don't make me tell more jokes, Bill. Anybody first time variety show?
Every time is a first time.
Well, we know for you.
All of our musicians.
First timers up there?
Right here is first timer.
Hey, welcome, welcome. Yeah, we do this every month. And they let us do it every month.
Thank you so much.
My list is almost, I've probably told you everything on here. Give it up for Kim and Nita Benham. They're sitting right there, everybody. This place wouldn't happen without Kim and Nita. They.
We didn't this time.
No, it's not their fault this time. I did the cleaning in the bathroom this time. So if there's no toilet paper on the roll, blame it on me, Mom. No, they just do a lot of help around here, so thanks to them. And give it up for our all of our performers. We don't pay them a nickel, but they still keep coming back. I'm sorry, we paid Greg a nickel.
You were going to pay me.
It won't.
I have yet to be paid my nickel.
But it's in the mail. Give it up for these guys, everybody.
Let me hear John's guitar real quick, please. Thank you. Okay, thanks. We're good. Good? Yeah, we're good.
a long, long beard, and so become a man. They've hired men with the scythe so sharp to cut him off at the knee. They rolled him and tied him by the waist, serving him most barbarously. They've hired men with the sharpest rods to break him through the heart. And the loader he has served him worse than that, for he's bound him to a cart. They've wheeled him around and around the field till they came unto a barn, and there they made a solemn oath on poor John Barleycorn. They've hired men with the crabtree sticks to cut him skin from bone, and the miller has served him worse than that, for he's ground him between two stones. And little Sir John and the nut brown bow, he's brandy in the glass. And little Sir John and the nut brown bow grew the strongest man at last. The huntsman he can't hunt the fox, nor so loudly to blow the horn. And the tinker he can't mend nor odds without a little barley corn.
You thought you had a rough day, huh? Poor John Barleycorn. We've come to our the break time in our show. You folks here, feel free to take a break, maybe 10 minutes. Get your probably shorter, 8 or 9 minutes. You folks at home, make some hot tea, make some popcorn, and we're gonna get the second half of our show started here in a little bit. Thank you. guys acting like it's not a real variety show. How about that bumper music, everybody? That was the great band, the great duo Deacon Hicks. Great, very great. One of the Lucas Hicks grew up here in Grand Junction. He was at my bus stop when I was a kid. Bus stop for the bus 63. I don't remember the name of the bus driver, but she was real mean. I think they all are. I think that's just, there's like a bus driver factory out there. Sorry if there's any bus drivers in the room. Is there? Okay, good. They're all at home watching, plotting their revenge. Anyway, we're going to get the show cooking right along. Second half's always the better half, so if you stuck around, good for you. Just kidding, first half. You were pretty good first half. Yeah, give it up for the first half. Second half is where it's at, though. For me, just for me. It's a personal preference. Torian Cullen, give it up for Torian Cullen, everybody.
More than the second half. They agree. Just give me some chords. It's a little hard to play these stringed instruments or flutes or melodicas in the cold. I sure am singing. I think I'll do that.
If you want to, you know. Yeah. All right. On the corner of Main Street, trying to keep
Jay's already giving it up for Jay back there. Let's all join him. Give it up for Jay and Deb. Deb is my favorite. You guys can pick your own. And who?
Kirk.
And Kirk.
Bring it back, Kirk, up on that.
Okay, Kirk is the star of the show.
No.
We'll decide. We'll vote at the end. Janine, I'm out of things to talk about.
How's that possible, Ken?
Okay, that's about enough of that. Good one, Janine. Yes, that's a good one. I've told you about Comedy Night, December 18th. Come check it out. I believe it's probably free, maybe a donation. Variety show, December 18th.
Why not?
Jay will be there. He's doing the little drummer boy, right?
Definitely.
Definitely.
And I'll play the harp to the nose. And no one will tomorrow and after I'm done with it.
We're going to have another variety show that's just all Jay, December 19th. It'll be out in Loma, the end of 14 Road.
Ken, like, what are you doing over the holidays?
What am I doing over the which holiday?
Well, how about let's start with Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, I'm going to have a turkey.
Are you cooking it yourself?
Am I cooking it myself?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably so. Yeah, I was looking at a map. I was, on Facebook doing the thing that you do on Facebook for hours, and I saw that they have a map with the most popular side dish of every state, and it kind of, gosh darn it, sorry I'm fogging up. The different states have different favorite side dishes, and I didn't know this. I assumed it's mashed potatoes and gravy because that is Colorado's favorite side dish, but if you go to like Mississippi, it's macaroni and cheese. I've never had macaroni and cheese on Thanksgiving. Some states it's green bean casserole. It just blew my mind. So in case you didn't know,
That's crazy.
yeah, I just assumed it was stuffing, mashed potatoes and gravy, turkey. Didn't make it up. It's on the internet. It's hard facts. Give it up for these guys, everybody.
You'll never
Oh man, we're getting there. But don't you worry. Still plenty left. Still plenty left. Thursday nights, we have open mics. Thank you very much. Is this on? Yeah. Yeah? Okay, good. Coming up next, we have our friends Trent Jackson, Bill Schneider, and John Sasso. And Thursday nights open mics are at 7 p.m.
That's correct.
God, I always put a question on it. 10 years I've been doing it.
It's because
It's
pretty
different.
much the only thing you do. Good job, But it is. It's 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. If you play an instrument, if you sing, if you like people that do those things, if you like people that like people that do those things, open mic is the place for you. Give it up for these guys, everybody. We're shifting bases around here. Sort of like moving couches.
You're a shifty bass?
No. No, I'm not a shifty bass. I'm a shifty tenor. Probably not anymore. I'm probably a baritone.
Definitely in high school.
I was a tenor in high school, yeah. I wasn't shifty back then.
Oh, you were shifty.
That's untrue, everybody.
He was shifty. It's true. I saw it on the internet.
Must be true. I don't have much to talk about. What's everybody's favorite Thanksgiving side dish around here? Anybody one of those can of cranberry sauce people? Huh?
I honestly do.
Lefse.
Oh.
Norwegian.
Do you actually like it?
Oh, it's great.
What is lefse?
It's made out of potatoes. It's kind of like a tortilla.
Oh no, lefse is good. It's not gefilte.
Lutefisk is what you don't
Lutefisk.
want to eat.
There you go.
Lutefisk is not lefse.
Lefse.
Is it like a latke?
No, that's a guy on taxi.
Let's see who that is. Anybody a green bean casserole person? Parsnips. Is it? I mean, I know it's not like, it shouldn't be the main side dish, but it's pretty good. Pretty good. Anybody a ham on Thanksgiving? Anybody do the ham? Sometimes Janine does a ham. Got another ham back there? Wow. But we're all pumpkin pie people, right?
Yes. It's good.
Did I hear an apple? You can. PC? PC pie? You say potato and I say potato. No. If you say potato, you can leave. Alright. Give it up for these guys, everybody.
How many of you have heard of Nick Drake?
Yes.
Yeah. This next song is written by him. He was an English folk singer from late 60s, early 70s. He made 3 albums. You probably know his most famous one, Pink Moon, from a Volkswagen commercial. You'd know it if you heard it, though. Anyhow, I'm singing a cover song of his called Fly. All right. Please give me a second grace. Please, me a second face. Falling far down the first time around. Now I just lie on the ground in your way. If it's time for recompense for what's done, come sit on my white fence in the sun. Clouds will roll by, never deny. It's really too hard for the fly. Please tell me your second name. Please play me your second game. I've gone so far, the people you are. I just need your star for the day. So come ride in my streetcar by the bay. I must know how fine you are in your way. You see, she will sigh, but she'll never deny. It's really too hard now for the fly.
I have to clap late because I'm doing the soundboard here, so I have to mute the bed while everyone else is clapping.
Janine's real concerned. We think she's an awkward long clapper.
Exactly.
But she's not an awkward long clapper. She's an awkward late clapper. Well, we're gonna move around some furniture again and bring up our friend Tom Rich. Woohoo! Pre-clapping. Thanks for putting up with the cold. If you're tuning in online, hopefully it's not cold where you are. It's cold where we are because we have the doors open. Thanks for dealing with it tonight, everybody. And yeah, we've got a few more performances for you. Tom is the next. And then we'll have some variety, some of the non-music variety up after that. Get excited. Yeah. Tap dancing, that's what it is. Kim Benham will be doing some tap dancing. I guess I shouldn't joke about it. We've had dancers here before.
Yeah.
Tap dancer?
No.
Just
Belly dancers.
Yeah, kind of belly
Yeah.
dancing.
Yeah, you missed it.
Indian
So the
dance.
first 5 years of Cavalcade were a little crazy.
They were crazy.
Crazy.
You should have been here for the Halloween party.
Oh man, that sort of, that was crazy.
We all had our little kids here.
Some people made little kids here.
They tried.
They
didn't
tried.
succeed.
You're right. You're right.
That is a true story. We had nothing to do with it.
We had no knowledge.
I wasn't here. You're
With
my
that.
alibi.
No,
What's that?
never any river dancing.
Next month, it's you.
Yeah, it's you, Rick.
All right, give it up for Tom Rich, everybody.
I'm going to play this next thing. It's an original. It's inspired by East Indian music, but there's also some Celtic influence in there, if you can imagine such a thing. But Trent thinks it sounds English. I think it sounds Indian or Celtic or so. I'll just do it and then you can decide.
We want to see.
promised variety. John Valentine will come and do what John does.
One of the many things that John does.
One of the many things. He's multifaceted.
I don't know if it's an interesting story.
Probably not.
It's probably not.
Okay, I was just kidding. I'm sure it was a great story. Started long ago. All right, give it up for John Valentine. One more time, everybody.
I gotta turn my tuner off or something. Okay, so I finally get to do this piece live. I recorded American Stew for a virtual show back in January, like February, something like that. And well, it's not quite a live audience, but it's a live audience. So hey, this is the first time I've done this. I haven't even open mic this or anything. So
We're alive.
yeah. So I'm thankful for you guys. So I wrote this summer of 2020 to keep from going crazy. Literally. It's called American Stew. I always get a little pissed when someone says, I'm not racist, because in the next breath, they so often say something racist, so proudly lacking introspection, dismissing their own mental infection. Because racism, well, it's American as a tobacco high or an apple pie. It's baked into all our minds. I always rewind to the time just before mine when little black and white kids every time said the black doll's bad and the good one's white. Just had to be right in the eyes of authority, the immoral majority. You don't have to have a Nazi flag or Confederate tattoo to have a racist view. Many say they don't. Till black boys with their daughter, or completely come unglued when they bus black kids to their school. It's true. 1960 or 2002 or 2022. If you stop to listen or think it through, how we inherited fears that our grandparents knew of this complex and chaotic American stew. And the only patriotic thing I can do is to join with those fighting to shift this racist myth that America is white. Never was right, was brown from first sight. Millions of natives from sea to shining sea, and 400,000 enslaved before America was even conceived. And the time sure seems nigh for us all to recognize that they wrote down a lie from the very first cry. Men created equal, that was just to defy their own master and king. Because here's the thing, their definition of men didn't let freedom ring for most everyone here in this American dream. Nope, restricted the power to Protestant men with cha-ching. No representation for folks like me or you. Of course not for women, that wouldn't do. Catholics topped the list that they drew, which without even saying included Jews. They couldn't imagine Mormons or Muslims or Hindus, let alone any concept of our LGBTQs. But the enslaved, they were even lower too. Had 100 more years to pay their dues, but for our founding fathers, their freedom was built on Africa's sons and daughters, and their story, I've always thought, is our very own American Holocaust. Many didn't survive even the ocean they crossed, tossed to the sharks, probably better than surviving to be bought and sold into the cold machinery of slavery, fueled by isolation and domination, unimaginable heartbreak and pain, violence and violation. No life, no liberty, brief happiness, crushed by reality. Shall we pray while preacher turns his head as master forces his way into the bed of his enslaved woman, while master's wife averts her eyes to never see the blue-eyed babies born to such misery? One moment. I guess it's no surprise 750,000 had to die on the Civil War's altar high, our blood sacrifice for America's original sin. But when the promise of Reconstruction sent African American representation to our defended Washington, well, that was only the beginning of a new kind of schism. And old Jim Crow made his new introduction, and the blood soon began to flow again. And though Southern whites didn't invent terrorism, through it, the KKK and their brethren found their expression. I guess they made it perfection. Ghost-like costumes and torches and burning crosses and beatings and shootings and bombings and burnings and so many lynchings. Thousands murdered in hate, while justice turned away. No whites were shipped upstate. A century after Abe emancipated, blacks were still essentially gated and hated and feared and despised. So black people began to get tight. Civil rights was a long, hard fight, but black folks found their might and brought light to their plight, and in 2 decades their hopes took flight, despite the loss of so many leaders bright that still inspire us today. But where are we today? All this collective trauma is still in play, and all some whites can say is, slavery didn't end yesterday, so get off your goddamn knees and go make a play, with their ignorance and callousness on full display. And sure, many African Americans are doing more than okay, but still so many just been cast away. I wonder, how many amazing stars got locked behind bars? How many cures for disease were lost to the streets? How many great books got burned just trying to survive? Did they believe our lies, that their time will never arrive? Well, to them I say, an America without black lives is a place I wouldn't even recognize. It's also time to now admit that I too am racist. I notice it around the unlit back alleys of my mind, hidden behind, because ignorance is blind. Because I don't know what it's like to be pulled over by the cops, hot with fear I might get shot. And I don't worry about going for a walk, because someone might think I'm looking to rob. And I've never started a cool new job just to have someone think I'm a fraud. And I don't have a parent, when they were just kiddos, had a rock thrown through their living room window. And I do not have a great-grandmother who is legally owned by your great-great-grandfather, because I am privileged to be so-called white. But my privilege comes at the cost of those that are lost, like George, or Brianna, or Elijah, or Ahmad. So I pause and pledge allegiance to this American stew, and I promise to keep stirring and keep working on my own issues, and to keep on wearing other people's shoes, because that's the only way we're going to make it through. And when I think I'm broke, I'll remember the promise they wrote 240 years ago that set in motion this notion of freedom and justice. 240 years later, it's still just us working to make that promise true. Do you?
Sure. Hey guys, we need Greg, Luck, and Kirk to join John on the stage. And while they're making their way in the world today, here's a story from Colin.
So one of the things I do is I build things and I have to get supplies. And yeah, there we go. From various places in this valley. 84 Lumber was a place that I would go get lumber to build buildings out of. And I may have my timeline out of order, but one particular job where I learned that I didn't know what things cost, but you tell a customer it's going to cost, say, 15 grand, costs 25 grand, and you have to keep your promise. And there was some other guy that only worked there just for a little bit at 84 Lumber, and he was maybe protecting himself. But he told me it would cost this much, but then it cost this much, and that was the problem. And I had a gracious customer, but I think I paid the guy $5,000 to make him a really nice deck, and learned a lot. And it's a good memory. It doesn't hurt at all. But yes, that's true. But I think it was around that time that there was just this quiet guy that worked around there. He was always there. He always had the answer, but he was quiet. And he just not big flashy folk, and he just was incredibly helpful. And I just came to know that I could really count on him. So these relationships, when you are a contractor, carpenter, it's one of the coolest things, is having a relationship with the people that pull your lumber for you or get this together. I really love this dude. And it was months, if not years. And apparently, I'm very involved in this organization, but I'm not involved in open mic night because I gotta draw the line somewhere because I got lots of things to do. So I never come down here open mic night, but apparently for maybe months, maybe a year, this guy, John Valentine, was coming to here and really starting to just open up all the things that he does. And John Valentine coming here was the same John Valentine that would take care of me at 84 Lumber, but we were doing this in circles, and he's just an amazing dude. Look at this guy. Not the least of which is just absolutely knowing all the materials that are available and answering all kinds of questions. And that's Guy. So that's just the guy at the lumberyard. He's just the guy at the lumberyard. And he just gave us that insane gift, born out of his own heart. Absolutely. Carry on, guys.
We got this mic? Yeah, okay.
We got mics, we got bases.
The mic's got bases, thank you.
That's Amanda over there?
No, I'm not even plugged in.
That'll happen. You're not plugged in.
Oh boy, what did I plug into?
I'll give you
Here,
something to
I
plug
think it's
into.
right here.
You got somewhere there?
I was off there chatting.
I know,
I know. You were. It was interesting, wasn't it? It was an interesting story. Are we good?
Better be good.
Oh, we're good. We're good.
Thank you, Colin. Love you too, buddy.
All right, the big plan was to perform this song live for once. Here we are, semi-live. Thanks for being here and being alive. I got up one morning, then I lay back down because I couldn't see to find my way. I said there's nothing more to life, and he handed me a bike, and I rode away and never heard him say. One foot in the moment, one foot in the grave. You must learn to ride in sunshine even on the cloudiest of days. I met a man along the way who time had left behind, or he had left and walked the other way. The clothes against his skin protected him from sin, but his heart had darkened on his way. One foot in the moment, one foot in the grave. You must learn to ride in sunshine even on the cloudiest of days. Then one dark and stormy night or a sunny afternoon, in the middle of the winter pours its spring, it happened to a friend of mine, a man I never
one more for you tonight, folks, and it's a good one. We always save good ones for last. Have we ever had a stinker at the end?
There was that one.
No pressure, guys. Desert Riders are going to come back and do the last number for you. Thanks for coming out. Thanks to you back home in your pajamas for coming out. We hope we'll see you in person out on the street and at the December Variety Show, if not before then. Maybe at the comedy show on the 17th. Anyway, give it up for Desert Riders, everybody.
Hi, Colin.
Why, hello, Rick. How's it going?
Super swell, thank you for asking. Far more importantly, how are you?
Well, I agree with you there, Rick. And it's far more important.
All right.
Let me give you this one.
Is this 9?
That's right. That's good.
I'm at my guitar's out of tune.
So everyone, this is Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Some folks call him Tall.
Carry on.
What else you got?
That's all that I got.
So, do you know what you say to a mandolin player wearing a suit? Will the defendant please rise? I don't have a lot of jokes. Okay. What do you say to a guitar player? Or no, wait. What do you call a guitar player who just broke up with his girlfriend? Homeless. Thank you. Thank you very much. You ready, Jill?
I'm ready.
Hello.
What you doing way over?
I know, it's weird. I'm going down to the highway, listening to the Beatles whine. I'm going down to the highway, listening to the Beatles whine. Oh, I'm afraid I don't want you.
yourself and your neighbors, and we'll see you real soon.